The Herald-Star Jefferson County Chamber of Commerce Speaker Series is proud to present Captain Phillips, hero of the high seas, April 3rd at Steubenville High School. In a standoff that gripped the world, a U.S. ship was hijacked by a crew of pirates. The ship's commander, Captain Richard Phillips, was taken hostage. The story was recently made into a major motion picture starring Tom Hanks, and now come and hear the real Captain Phillips tell what happened in his own words. Reserved seats are on sale now at the Herald-Star and Jefferson County Chamber.
I'm Ross Galabreeze, Executive Editor of the Herald-Star and the Weirton Daily Times, and I'm happy to welcome you to another special edition of Ohio Valley This Week, where we're going to make our last presentation in a series of specials leading up to the April 3rd appearance of Captain Richard Phillips at the Steubenville High School Auditorium. My co-host, Paul Gianamore, is on special assignment. This will be the third presentation in the Herald-Star Jefferson County Chamber of Commerce Speaker Series, a series that began in November of 2012 when we welcomed Clint Hill and Lisa McCubbin. Clint Hill, of course, was a special Secret Service agent who's seen jumping onto the back of the presidential limousine when John F. Kennedy was assassinated in Dallas. Our series continued last April when we welcomed Tony Mendez and his wife, Jonna. Now, Tony and Jonna are masters of disguise, and during their work with the CIA, they were involved in many different operations. The most famous of which, of course, as you may remember, was the Argo rescue from Tehran in the 1970s. Now the book Argo became the inspiration for the film Argo, which won the Academy Award last year. And we continue our series. We're proud to continue our series April 3rd at 7:30 p.m. in the Steubenville High School Auditorium when we welcome Captain Richard Phillips. Now, Phillips, you may remember, was the captain of the Maersk Alabama when that ship was hijacked by Somali pirates in 2009, April of 2009. The pirates took Phillips hostage on a small lifeboat and held him for 5 days. A series of negotiations involving the FBI and the Navy took place, and Phillips was eventually rescued by Navy SEALs. His story is very inspirational, and he shared it in this book, Captain's Duty, Somali Pirates, Navy SEALs, and Dangerous Days at Sea. The book was the inspiration for the movie Captain Phillips, which starred Tom Hanks. There's a line on the cover of this book that says, "For once the good guys won," and that's attributed to a review site, a review magazine called Booklist. And you know, they're right about that. The good guys do win. Now, Phillips has a very inspirational story to tell. The book is tough to put down. The movie captured a lot of the essence of the book. So taken together, they make a very interesting package. But Thursday, April 3rd at 7:30, you're going to actually have the opportunity to hear Phillips tell his story. He talks about his story. He talks about basically life lessons learned, and that nothing is really over until we choose to give up hope. If you haven't read the book yet, you'll have the opportunity to purchase books the night of the presentation, and Phillips will be signing autographs in copies of his book after the presentation. Right now, you can get the book for $12 plus tax by contacting the Herald-Star or the Jefferson County Chamber of Commerce. You know, events like the Herald-Star Jefferson County Chamber of Commerce Speaker Series speak to what is kind of a ubiquitous, tough to describe thing called quality of life. Now, we all talk about quality of life and what it means. And certainly having the opportunity to see an event like this in our community adds to that quality of life, because people say, I don't want to drive to Pittsburgh, even the 40 miles of Pittsburgh to Pittsburgh to see a speaker. You don't want to drive to Bethany or Wheeling to see a speaker. You have the opportunity to see a world-class presentation at the Steubenville High School Auditorium. Reserve seat tickets are $20, and they will be available at the paper until noon on April 3rd, and then they'll be available at the door. There should be a limited supply of tickets available at the door before the 7:30 p.m. performance. We'd love to see all the residents of our area come out and join us at the April 3rd presentation. It's a chance to hear a piece of history described by a person who actually lived through the events that are part of that piece of history. So if you'd love to come, we'd like to see you there. You can get tickets at the Herald-Star office by calling 740-283-4711, the Jefferson County Chamber of Commerce office by calling 740-282-6226, or going online at heraldstaronline.com. Look for the Captain Phillips button on the left and follow the links to purchase your tickets. Now, major sponsors for our event include the Herald-Star and the Weirton Daily Times, Eastern Gateway Community College, the Franciscan University of Steubenville, Health Plan of the Upper Ohio Valley, Trinity Health System, and WTRF. And of course, we're receiving very special support from our good friends at Bayberry House Bed and Breakfast, Pergolini Catering, Newbro Photo, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental, and Steubenville City Schools. If you've been following any of these podcasts, you know that we've been offering a special to viewers of this podcast. Remember earlier I told you the book you could buy for $12 plus tax at the Herald-Star office? We have a special offer for you. If you buy 2 reserve seat tickets to the April 3rd presentation at regular price, $20 each, we're going to throw in a copy of the book absolutely free. So that's 2 tickets to the presentation for $40. You get the book. It's a $12 value, absolutely free. But to take advantage of the offer, you have to mention the special phrase, which is don't forget to drink your Ovaltine. We hope you've enjoyed this series of special editions of Ohio Valley this week leading up to Captain Phillips' appearance. Paul Gianamore and I will be back next week. We'll be joining you on a weekly, semi-weekly basis, going over the news of the week. We're going to be bringing in special guests to interview, add a little bit different take to the news that you may not be getting. So until next week, until next time, this is Ross Galabria saying goodbye for Ohio Valley this week. Okay, I'm Ross Galabria, executive editor.